Hello, welcome to my stream. Today I'll be playing more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe, and last time we did the Mouse World level, so today we'll keep going with the original RollerCoaster Tycoon game levels. It seems that we are missing 8 levels. Yeah, I believe they are 8 levels. So we are almost doing all of them. Of course, there are other levels like in the expansion packs, like the Corkscrew Foolish pack, the Loopy Landscapes one. Actually, the Loopy Landscapes levels, I have never played them before because I didn't have that expansion pack in the past. So they will be blind for me. I never tried playing them before. I remember playing some of the Corkscrew Foolish pack levels because I did have the expansion, so I might recognize some of those levels in the future. But I'm sure that I still need to beat them all. So there might be some of them that I have never played before because I never was able to finish all the levels of both the original and also the expansion pack. So hopefully I will be able to do it this time as I wasn't able to do it in the past. But let's focus on our level today, which will be Mothball Mountain. As the name suggests, I'm a little bit worried because creating or building a park in a mountain level may be a little bit challenging, but hopefully we can find a way to make it possible. And also, hopefully, the objective of the level won't be very hard. So let's check it out. Okay, in the hilly forest of Mothbound Mountain, build a theme park from scratch. So it means that I probably don't have any attractions in the park so far. So we need to start everything from zero. My objective is to have at least 800 guests in my park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Interesting, because that's not a very hard objective. So I wonder, where is the trap in here? Maybe the land will be bad, or maybe the frequency that guests will come to my park is a terrible one. Maybe the attractions that I will get with my research, they will be bad or not very interesting for the guests, or they will be expensive. I don't know what's the trick in here because it doesn't sound very difficult. So let's check the park. So okay, 800 guests. Oh, maybe the problem is the area. But I can buy more land. Actually, I can buy a lot of land here. But yes, the land is the biggest trap in here because it's very is sloppy, right? I'm not sure if that's the word actually. It has a lot of slopes. That's a better way to say it. So let me see. For my research, I don't want maximum funding right now. I want normal. I don't want rides, scenery, or roller coasters for the beginning of my park. But let me see which models of roller coasters are available right now. I have the wooden, the steel mini roller coaster. I don't have the steel roller coaster. That's probably one of my favorites. But this one can help me. Yeah, I can do something good with it for the beginning of the park. It's funny that the staff in here, or at least the handyman, they have purple uniforms. That's different. So I will have two handymen, one mechanic, and the guards have a pink belt. That's also different. Well, since everything is different in here, let me give my entertainer a tiger costume. But also, let me change this. Oh, I can't? Okay. So let me unpause the game. I believe I have seen everything I wanted to see here. So let's unpause the game. Also, I need to open my park. There we go. So let me prepare an area to build the information kiosk when it's ready. Hey Yoritsuru, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yes, you are finally here for the start of our stream. It's too bad that it's not Chrono Cross though. But yes, how are you doing? Oh my god, wait. Because I got rid of the paths, all my staff started walking and getting lost around the area in here. There we go. So let me see, what can I do in here? Oh, I have the information kiosk in the beginning of the park? Really? That's awesome. Usually I'm not able to buy it or to build it. That's pretty helpful. Wait, okay, there we go. And the color of the umbrella will be orange. What else do I have? I have the scrambled eggs, haunted house, merry-go-round. I will probably won't need to build the transportation rides or the transport rides. Okay, let me do the food plaza first. You have grown to appreciate Tycoon streams. I love the Tycoon games, but especially the roller coaster one. I played this a lot when I was younger, but I wasn't able to beat all the objectives, as my computer crashed many times, so I always lost my progress. Hopefully, this time I will be able to complete my dream of beating all the levels of the game. This was my favorite PC game in the past. I'm not sure if I would say it is it that wait, I'm not sure if I would say that it still is my favorite PC game now, because I also have played some other amazing PC games, especially Portal. I'm a huge fan of the Portal games, but it's definitely one of my favorites. So, which Tycoon games have you played before? I also have played SimCity 3000, but I wasn't good at that game. So every time I tried to play it, after some hours, my city was ruined, or it got destroyed by some natural disaster or things like that. I was horrible at some city tycoon games like SimCity 3000. In the past, I wasn't very good at this game either, but after some attempts, I was able to progress in this game at least. Sometimes I failed in my first try, but I was able to get better at this game, or I was better at RollerCoaster Tycoon than I was in other Tycoon games. Oh, you used to play a lot of Civilization. Not long ago, Humble Bundle had Civilization 3 for free. So I hope you were able to get it, or maybe you already have it, as you seem to be a fan of Civilization. I have never played Civilization by myself. I have only seen some other people playing it, but I'm not sure. It looks very complex, at least for me. So I'm not sure if I would be able to enjoy that game a lot. Hey Dom, hello, how are you doing? Yes, me too. This was my favorite PC game when I was a kid. That's what I was talking to Aritsuru right now. And he used it to play Railroad Tycoon a bit. I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it. But I know that somebody else told me that the person used it to play it a lot. And I never played it, or I haven't seen it. You are great, me too. I'm super happy because the weather here is finally the way I wanted it to be. We are having some cold weather and the sun is not super hot right now. Sometimes it's raining a little bit, so I hope it stays like that for some days because I really missed that weather. Your computer was so slow that it would take like 20 minutes for a computer turn? Wait, so man, how were you able to play Civilization like that? You have never heard? I have heard about it. Someone else told me about the Railroad Tycoon game, but I have never seen it. If you did, you don't remember anything about it. It finally feels like autumn weather here. In here it's spring right now, so that explains why we were having some hot days and um, rainy days were a little bit rare. It's because after spring summer will happen, right? So things are getting hotter now, but I really wanted to have some more cold days and it's finally happening, and I'm enjoying it a lot because September basically was only hot days or sunny days. Actually, because of that, some water resources in here they got dry or they were getting dry, right? They were drying, and it was bad for the water distribution of the state. But thankfully, it seems that the problem was solved or it's getting better. But I remember reading the news telling us that they were getting dry because of the hot days that were happening in sequence without any rains or anything else like that. Okay, I need to start building my attractions in here. What can I do? And speaking on rains, there we go. It's about to rain in the park. Right? Maybe I should use this area right here, behind the food plaza, for the thrill rides and gentle rides. So I will try to do that. The other simulation game that I played a lot as a kid was The Sims, especially the first one. Today I can't see myself playing The Sims again, but I used to love it. Oh wait, maybe that's too much. Yes, I'm wasting a lot of money here, but that's fine. Actually, it's looking so weird. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But now it's too late. I will waste a lot of money if I decide to change it again. But it's looking so weird now. It's like I changed nature totally in this area. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can do it in there. And then the exit will be... Wait, it's not exit, it's exit. The exit will be in the other side. Like that. And let's see. Yes, I can do the same with the merry-go-round, but that's the only way they will look symmetric, right? Okay, Oritsuru, no problem. And I can make a path from here. Okay, that works. So we have our gentle rides and thrill rides done now. Now I should have a roller coaster because I need some attractions to help me to profit or to have some profit, right? And the roller coaster is the best option. I don't have a lot of cash right now, and oh, I forgot to raise my admission price. Let's make it $3 now. I want to do the roller coaster in this other side, But maybe I'll need to fix the land or change the land. Or maybe not. I believe I will try to build it right there. Hopefully it will be alright. But you know what? I don't like doing it, but as I need a roller coaster to get some money, I should get some more money from the bank. But I swear that I will pay it. Wait, before building it, let me change this area right here. Or my roller coaster will be very high, in a very high place. I can't construct it in there. Oh, there we go. So I need to do the cool differently. Oh wait. There we go. I want one train, 10 cars, inspection in every 10 minutes, and the price of it will be $2.80. You know what? Maybe if I make it like this, it looks better. And also I will be able to build some benches just after the exit of the attraction. So when people leave the roller coaster and they start to feel sick, they will be able to rest a little bit by sitting on the benches. So now I believe I should wait until I get some money with the rides that I have done so far, and then I will try to start paying the low one and see if I can get more guests in the park. But right now this is all I can do. It's funny that I already have many attractions, but my park or the area that I have used to make them, it's still very small. So people will concentrate a lot at the same area. Everything is very near. Actually, I also want to do a water riding here, so maybe I should do it right now. It's the boat hire. Oh wait, this will be tricky. Okay, maybe I'll need to change the exit in there. So I will be able to connect that path with the boat hire down there. But then I need to do something about the entrance. I don't know, this is not working. Let me try this from the beginning again. What can I do in here? Maybe maybe if I change it like that. No, it's not a good idea. Maybe I should make a tunnel in here. And now I don't have money. But I believe it will work this time. Because I needed more space to make the path be able to, I don't know, to go to the upper levels. It's looking good. I believe it will work, but I needed to fix it because I didn't have enough area to make the path connect to the other. But now I need some money. Hopefully it works this time. Right there. There we go. Oh wait, let me change it. I don't want the rowing boat. I want the swam. Okay, we did it. It gave me some work, but there we go. So hopefully now we can try to... Oh, I also should make some litter beans down there. But hopefully now we can see if I can accumulate some money or get some money. But I also have seen the latest attraction that I have got, and it was the observation tower. I also want to make it. This would be a good place for it. The only problem about building the observation tower at that area is that it will make things more messy in my park because it won't be next to the haunted house, which would be the most appropriate place. But as it is an observation tower, you kind of want to make it in a higher area, right? And also I will hire a new mechanic. But let's wait now. I need to get more money and I need to start paying my loan. Oritsuru, are you getting Mario Odyssey? I don't know if you have a Switch. I can't remember if you told me that. Maybe you did. But it's almost there. I believe we have only 3 days left for Mario Odyssey. You don't have a Switch? Me neither. Yeah, man. But I'm excited to see some streamers playing it. As I might not get a Switch in the next years, I will probably not try to avoid spoiling myself, so I will be watching other people playing it. The game that I'm trying not to get spoiled though is A Hat in Time. I have seen only the first word of the game because I wanted to be sure that it was a game that I would love to play, and at first I wasn't very sure if it was that game, but it is. After watching the first word of the game, I'm convinced that I will have a great time by playing it. Are people starting to complain about the price of the haunted house? They are not. They just want something more thrilling. Yeah, man, A Hat in Time looks amazing. So after some time I'll try to get it. I will just wait until it gets on sale. I only buy games when they are on sale. We can make the observation tower now. Have you been playing something, or are you excited about some game in particular? Maybe you are excited about the RPG game that Square is developing for Switch, right? Project Octopath. If you had a Switch, you'd be excited about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I have a viewer that is usually around here that he also is excited about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. His name is Pilot Whisperer. I have never played Xenoblade, but I remember watching a walkthrough of the first Xenoblade Chronicles game. But I still need to finish it. It is a very long game though, so maybe that's why I stopped watching the playthrough on YouTube, because it was super long. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, you know Pilot, right? He is usually on the chat uh, in many streams. He is also excited about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the end I was able to make... Oh my god, that's a long line. But in the end I was able to make the observation tower in the place I wanted. It looks a little bit weird because I broke the pattern that I was using so far, but it's alright. It's in a higher place, so it works. Man, the merry-go-round is doing a terrible job, isn't it? It's breaking all the time. Maybe I should change the inspection of it to 10 minutes. I will also change the color. I don't like that blue. But now all my attractions are red. Look at that. The tower, the Ferris wheel, the scrambled eggs and the merry-go-round. Let me make it orange maybe. Okay, let's leave it like orange. That blue was terrible. And maybe I should make the scrambled eggs yellow? Now it really looks like scrambled eggs because it is yellow and white. Welcome back, man. Have you played the Xenoblade game for I believe 3DS, but I'm not sure if it was released actually, but they were making one. Yeah, isn't there a game for 3DS? Not the original, but another game. Another Xenoblade game. Yeah, maybe it's not released. Yeah, I believe it's not released, but there will be another Xenoblade game for 3DS. The space rings? I believe this is the second time that I'm able to build the space rings in my playthrough of RollerCoaster Tycoon. It's such a rare attraction for me to build. And that sucks though, because it's a great attraction. You have a few older RPGs you'd like to emulate? You played Xeno Chronicles on 3DS? And Xenogears and Xenosaga, right? Xenosaga back in the day. Are Xenosaga and Xenogears the same franchise? Like, are they the same... not the same game, but do they follow like the same pattern, or one game is a sequel to the other? Are they connected somehow? Because I know that I might be playing Xenogears at some point, maybe after Chrono Cross, but I don't know if it is connected to Xenosaga somehow, or if they are different games. Maybe they are like Persona games and Shin Megami Tensei games. And speaking about Shin Megami Tensei games, yesterday a trailer of the new Shin Megami game, it was released, right? And it looks great. I still haven't played one by myself, but the game looks great for the Nintendo Switch. It will be an exclusive. The stories are set in a similar universe, but none of the characters transfer from Xenogears and Xenosaga. So maybe it's like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games. They have the same universe or the same demons, and I don't know if I can call them characters, but they have the same demons. But they have different plots and different mechanics. But yes, they have the same universe. I also need to play the how is it called? Devil Survivor games. They also are in the same universe as Persona games and Shin Megami Tensei games. And so far I have only played Persona games. Oh, by the way, I should save my game. Just in case something bad happens, and then I won't lose my progress, as I have been losing in the previous streams, right? Because of my power outage going on in here. So in case something bad happens in my stream, we have the game saved. One thing that is interesting is that Xenogears is a Squaresoft game, but its sequel, Xenosaga, was actually made by Bandai. That's different. I mean, maybe that's why they changed the name, but so Xenosaga is a sequel to Xenogears. But yes, maybe that's why they changed the name. Because the producer changed. The same happened with Paper Mario and Mario RPG. When Paper Mario was being created, they wanted to call it as Mario RPG 2. But then Squaresoft and Nintendo had their problems, and they decided to change the name of the franchise. And they decided to create a new franchise, right? And also the developer was another one. It was Intelligent Systems. It's just like Mario RPG and Paper Mario, indeed. Which RPGs are you planning to emulate? Is there any game that you believe I should be playing? Also, have you ever played Star Ocean? Because I also know that many people love that RPG. So far we are good in the park. People are not complaining. Money is finally happening. The only problem is the frequency of the rains, but I can't do anything about that. So you never really went through the Zeldas. That was me 2 years ago. I also have never been very interested on Zelda games for many years, but thankfully now I love them. Oh, really? Yeah, man, go play the Zelda games too. They are fantastic. I'm not sure if you got a lot of spoilers, on the majority of Zelda games. Probably you did have got the spoilers, but it's still worth it for you to play it. You just bought a controller for your PC to start playing them. So which one do you will you start playing first? Are you starting with the most popular one, Ocarina of Time, or are you starting from an older game like the original Zelda, the first one, right? Or A Link to the Past, maybe? Actually, you asked about what controller I used a few days ago because you were thinking about getting a controller. I use a USB controller that looks like a PlayStation controller, right? This one. It only looks like a PlayStation controller, but it's not. It is from a different brand. And it has a cable with an USB connection. I use it to play almost everything. Super Nintendo games, Nintendo 64 games. Now I'm using it to play Chrono Cross. So it works with a lot of games, right? GameCube games too. I believe that any controller that you can get will be helpful. So maybe you shouldn't, maybe you shouldn't be that worried about it. Any suggestions? I don't know. Maybe I would suggest you start playing Ocarina of Time first, because that's what usually people do, and it's a good game for you to see if you would like Zelda games in general. But I don't know. Maybe Ocarina of Time is a good one. Or you could try playing A Link to the Past. Maybe I would suggest those two. There is also Wind Waker, but I don't think that it is a good thing for you to play Wind Waker before playing Ocarina of Time. I believe Wind Waker is a game that will make more sense if you play it after playing Ocarina of Time, but it is also another game to start playing Zelda games. But because of that connection with Ocarina of Time, I don't think it is a good start or starting game, right? You ended up getting a DS4 controller from Amazon. I don't know which controller that is, but like I said, I believe pretty much all the controllers will be helpful. I don't think they will matter that much for you. Actually, there are some video game controllers. For example, the PlayStation controllers or the Xbox controllers. They work for PC gaming too, right? So in case you have a console with a wireless controller, you could use it. Or at least you could try to use it. But yes, maybe Ocarina of Time. I'm not sure how much have you seen about Ocarina of Time so far, but Ocarina of Time was the Zelda game that made me interested on Zelda games. Because when I was younger, I tried playing A Link to the Past, but I didn't know English by that time. So I couldn't understand what was going on in the game. And I was very frustrated by that time because I tried exploring, I didn't know where to go, what to do. I was only dying and dying and dying. So I gave up, and my frustration made me have a personal block from Zelda games for many years, or during many years. And thankfully, after a lot of people saying that Ocarina of Time was one of the best games ever, and that Ocarina of Time is a must play game. Wait, is that the way to say it? It is a game that everyone must play. That's the way to say it. Then I decided to check it out on YouTube. I was watching a person, a YouTuber, playing it. It felt like watching a movie. So because of that, I was very interested in the game. And then after some time, I decided to play it by myself. And I can tell you that it saved me. It was the Zelda game that brought me back to the Zelda franchise after a terrible experience with A Link to the Past. But like I said, the reason why I was frustrated was because I didn't know English. So I got lost and I didn't know what to do in A Link to the Past. But it is a great game. Now that I have finally played it, or I finally gave it another chance, I also enjoy A Link to the Past a lot. So it could be a good game for you to start playing Zelda 2. It's basically a PS4 controller. What made you choose the order that you are currently playing the Zelda games? I don't know exactly, but the order that I'm playing Zelda games, I would say that mostly it's based on the date of their release, or their release date, right? But there are exceptions. For example, I want to save Twilight Princess for the last, because it is one game that seems to be a very good Zelda game. And before playing it, I'm playing the other minor Zelda games, like the ones for DS, Phantom Hourglass. Actually, I'll be playing Phantom Hourglass tomorrow. And after it, I will be playing Spirit Tracks. Because they are... Uh, I believe they have less importance than Twilight Princess. So I'm trying to save Twilight Princess for the last. And I'm also saving Zelda 2 for later, because Zelda 2 might be a very tough Zelda game for me to play, as it is a very hard game. I have been avoiding it for many years, but after hearing people like it's too early, people like him saying that it was a fantastic game and I would be surprised by it, and that it's not as bad as I'm thinking. So I'm trying to get some courage to play it at some point. So I will also save it for later. But besides that, I believe I was playing them in like their release order or something like that. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not, because I also played Oracle of Ages, and I played Oracle of Ages after the GameCube games. After Four Swords Adventurous and after Wind Waker. And probably Oracle of Ages was um older than those games, right? Maybe my mood also decides which Zelda game I will be playing. You have seen some full speedruns of Zelda 2. It looked like a masterpiece? Really? That's awesome. You are helping me to try it out in the future by myself, because I don't know a lot about Zelda 2. I only know that it's a very difficult game. Especially when you consider when it was made. Yes, it's too early says that it's his favorite Zelda game, and that surprised me a lot. Because it is the second Zelda game ever made. And how how can he prefer a very old game instead of Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, or maybe even Breath of the Wild? So that surprised me a lot. It's his favorite Zelda game. So I'm saving it for later. I'm not sure if I will play it after Twilight Princess, but I kinda want to play it after Twilight Princess. It looks very different. I know that it is 2D, like it is like a side scroller. or it has some side scrolling. Yes, I don't think there is another Zelda game that is like that. I know that Link's Awakening had some side-scrolling parts, but they were very short. They weren't the most important mechanic in the game. But Link's Awakening also had some side-scrolling going on. And Link's Awakening is one of the best Zelda games I have ever played. But at the same time, it is the hardest Zelda game I have played so far. So I'm not sure what I will think about Zelda 2. Maybe I will think it is harder than Link's Awakening, or maybe not. But Link's Awakening was super hard. It was brutal. Not only the fightings in there or the battles in there, but also the puzzles. There are some crazy puzzles in there that will melt your mind and melt your brain. But even with that, it's one of the best Zelda games I have ever played. And maybe if I could say that, Link's Awakening might be the Zelda game that has the biggest feeling of adventure. Because that's what I think about Link's Awakening. When I was playing Link's Awakening, I felt a lot of adventure feeling. And that was great. Link's Awakening was a very good game. Maybe it was my own fault playing it when I was still very new to Zelda games. Maybe that's why it was so hard for me, because it was the third Zelda game I was playing in my life. So maybe I wasn't very prepared to play that game. Maybe if I saved it for later, I would do a better job in there. But it was amazing. Yes, Link's Awakening had a lot of adventure feeling, especially in the mid part of the game. When I got to the 5th dungeon in there, it was very remarkable. It's a dungeon that I will probably have in my top 3 or top 5 dungeons in Zelda games, because it was a super fantastic and surprising dungeon in my opinion. One good thing about the Zelda games is that each Zelda game has a different mechanic. They always will give you something new and fresh to try. So every Zelda game is very different, or they have their own special mechanic going on. And that's very helpful, because if you don't like one Zelda game, that doesn't mean that we won't like the others, because they are very different, or at least they have some different mechanics. So I will pay the $2,000 that I got before just to buy my roller coaster. And then, with the money that I still have, I will wait until I can buy another attraction. I'm not doing the go-karts because it's a little bit expensive, but maybe later. Maybe later. But yes, Oritsuru, there are a lot of franchises that I still need to play, and I am finally playing them in this year. Like the Final Fantasy games, I was finally able to play Final Fantasy VI, also Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. Hopefully I'll be playing Xenogears after Chrono Cross, so that's another franchise that I have never played before. Let's see what else I want to play. I kinda want to play the Metroid game for Super Nintendo, but that might take some time until I decide to finally do it. I also want to play Luigi's Mansion. There are many games and old games that I'm still missing. But thankfully this year I have been playing some games that I wasn't able to play them before, and also they are surprisingly good for me after I was able to check them. Final Fantasy VI was great, Chrono Trigger was fantastic, Chrono Cross is surprising me a lot right now. There is so many games you'd love to play. You haven't even scratched the surface of all the JRPGs that you are interested in. There is also the Mana games. I also need to play Secret of Mana, and let me see if I can remember another one. I also need to play Golden Sun. I believe some people really love Golden Sun. And for the DS or 3DS consoles, there is the Etrian Odyssey games that there is a chance that I would like them. Oh, you like to play Earthbound? I have played Earthbound. Also, I have seen, I have watched Mother 3. So they are great games, but they are not for everyone. I know a lot of people that tried to play Earthbound, but they weren't able to play it for very long or until the end. So now I'm not sure if I should say that you will surely like them, but I like them. I like the other games. But actually, at some point, I want to stream them, because the first Mother game, I haven't finished it. I have only played it until the beginning. I couldn't progress a lot in that game. Then, Earthbound, I have played it until almost the end. I wasn't able to fight the final boss, but that was a choice of mine. It's because before playing Earthbound by myself, I had seen a YouTuber playing it, so I have watched it all. I have watched the whole game. But yes, the final boss of Earthbound is disturbing. It is super disturbing. So it took me some time until I could get brave enough to fight him. And this time is now, so if I play Earthbound again in the future, and I will be doing it, then I will be fighting and finishing the game. Yes, Earthbound are very disturbing games. At least Earthbound and Mother 3. I'm not sure about Mother 1 because I haven't seen it entirely. So yeah, it will be pretty much totally blind when I decide to play it or to continue it. But Earthbound and Mother 3, they are disturbing. Especially Mother, not Mother, but Earthbound, especially Earthbound. So after I have seen the ending and the final boss of Earthbound, I got scared, or it was very disturbing for me. Then I needed to wait some years until I could face that again, or until I could experience that again. But yes, it's disturbing. Maybe not for you, maybe not for many people, but it is super disturbing. It's not a light game or a game that, how can I say it? Because when you see Earthbound, you might be tempted to believe that it is a kid's game, or that is I don't know, a very peaceful game, or there isn't any major stuff in there, there isn't problems in there. Well, the game gets very serious by the end, so yeah. How is it disturbing, like grotesque? I could say that it's disturbing in many ways. It's psychologically disturbing. If you look for the inspiration of what's going on in the end of Earthbound, it's a disturbing story. The music is extremely disturbing. The graphics are disturbing. A lot of things are disturbing. Like the whole content is disturbing by the final moments of Earthbound. I would say that it's probably one of the most disturbing things I have ever seen in video games, but it's not only because of the visuals, but also because of the backstory of that, the inspiration of what goes on in there, what made the creators imagine that. It's a very dark story. I know that it makes you very interested. But yes, be prepared for some crazy and disturbing things in the game. Especially in the end. The end is very disturbing. Or at least I thought it was. Maybe for other people it won't be as disturbing as it was for me. But I have to tell you, the fact that Earthbound was disturbing was one of the things that made me look for the game or check it out. I don't regret checking it out because it is a great game, but I wasn't prepared to see what I have seen. So yeah. Sometimes curiosity makes me go after things that usually I'm scared to check. Like horror stuff, for example. The most disappointing park in the country. Oh my god. Okay, I should be playing the game a little bit better now because I got a terrible award. Actually, this is the first time that I'm receiving that award. But yes, my curiosity allows me to face my fears. One recent example of that was the new It movie. But I could say that everything regarding it was because of my curiosity. Everything I have seen about it was because of my curiosity. And now I'm reading the book, I have watched the old movie, even being very scared of it in the past, I have watched it. It was because of my curiosity. It was because I have heard some stories and things about the plot of it, and in the end I got into that. Let me see if I can save the park. Want to go on something more thrilling? That's why I need some more thrill rides in here. Not paying that much to go on Ferris wheel. Okay. Yes, I need more thrilling rides. Are people going here? They are not. Mother 3 is also very disturbing, but it is disturbing in a different way in comparison to Earthbound. Both games are very disturbing, but in different ways. The, the disturbing factor in Mother 3 is something that I was able to handle, while the disturbing factor in Earthbound was something that was crazy. It messed with my mind. How so? I don't know. It is. I don't know if I can say it like that, but I would say that um, in Earthbound things are disturbing mostly because of the visuals and the sound effects or the music, right? So it is like a physical disturbing or a physical type of disturbing, while in Mother 3 it's psychological. In Mother 3 the thing that gets you the most is the psychological uh, effect. But I'm not saying that Earthbound ending is not psychological. It is. But I would say that graphically it's more disturbing than Mother 3, while Mother 3 is totally psychological, or it is very psychological. Are there like bad things that happen to people or something? Then I would be spoiling you, so I can't say. I can only say that both games are very disturbing. But at the same time they are great. They are amazing games. Maybe because they are odd or they are disturbing. Maybe that's why they are amazing, because not all the games go in a way like that. For example, another disturbing game is Majora's Mask, Zelda Majora's Mask. And the fact that there are some disturbing games around, or games that they are very dark, or they feel like dark games, they that makes them very special, because not all the games are like that. So in my opinion, Earthbound and Mother 3 are dark games. Maybe not as like Majora's Mask, because Majora's Mask is dark since the beginning, but they are games that have something different from the other games. That's at least my opinion. That's how I see those games. But I don't want to tell you a lot because I really hope that you try them by yourself. But that's what I say. Be prepared for some disturbing stuff. But you know what? After playing some other RPGs in this year, for example, I have realized that other games are also very dark, or or that they have many disturbing things, right? You are very interested now? Yeah, man. They are great games. They are great RPGs in my opinion. But also, some people weren't able to finish them because they lost their interest. So be careful. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you won't like them. But I don't know, I like them. Or at least, I believe it's a good game. Have you played Undertale? Because I would say that Undertale is a close game to Earthbound in the way they work, or in the way they are. I have never played Undertale, but I have watched a friend playing it. So at least one of the endings I know how it is. Many people prefer Undertale than Earthbound, but in my case, I prefer Earthbound. You only have seen Undertale streams, but have you seen the ending? Or have you watched it until the end? I believe that Undertale is a little bit overrated, but that's my opinion. Oh, that's nice. So if you have never seen how Undertale ends, that's great. Maybe if you like the Earthbound games, you can try playing Undertale by yourself, because I see a lot of connections between the games. They, of course, are not the same, but I believe that when the creators of Undertale made Undertale, they got some inspiration on Earthbound. At least that's my impression. Both games are somehow close to each other. So I got the hedge maze, and swinging ship is about to come. I feel like I should get another roller coaster, but yes, I will change my research right now. I need more new models, right, of roller coasters. Yes, yes. If you really like Earthbound, then maybe you should try playing Undertale too. You have never even downloaded an emulator before? Is there any specific site that's good for getting them? The best place for emulators and ROMs, in my opinion, is Emu Paradise. So check it out. I know that recently Nintendo has done um, some bad things to Emu Paradise because they were like blocking their ROMs to be downloaded by others. But I believe you can still find a lot of good stuff in there. Especially the emulators. I believe they still have the emulators. Okay, we got the swinging ship. I will need to wait until it stops raining to see if people are still going to the merry-go-round. My problem right now is that I don't have a lot of places in here to make my park bigger or to make it grow. Maybe I can use this area before trying to get to this other area, but I don't know, it's strange. Yes, I will try to do something in here first. And then I will need to find a way to use the other area of the park. But Itsuru, did you go there? To Emo Paradise? Like I said, Nintendo has blocked them from having some Nintendo ROMs, right? But they probably still have some emulators, and I hope they still have some games for SNES, for example. Maybe they still have Earthbound in there. But I know that some games that they used to have, they don't have they anymore because of Nintendo. Nintendo asked them to remove the games. I would say that it's the best place for you to find uh, games or emulators, and with some safety, right? Or while being safe. Because some other pages, they will have some viruses or malwares while you try to do some downloads in there. Oh, they have Earthbound, nice. Here's the thing though, if you decide to play Mother 3 after Earthbound, then you will need to look for a translated ROM, because Mother 3 was never um, it never came to America, right? So the only way that you can find the game translated to English is if you look for the fan translation ROM. No Zelda games though, yeah, they have removed some ROMs in there because of Nintendo. You still can find those ROMs in other pages, but be careful because they might have some other bad things with the game, like viruses or malwares. You need to be more careful, but you can still find them. Yeah, but you still can find them. But for PlayStation games, for example, I believe they still have everything in there. I think it's funny that Nintendo allowed them to have those ROMs for many years, but just now they are messing with it. They want to sell overpriced classic game bundles. You are sure? You know what? Maybe you're right. Because, for example, they have removed some SNS games in Nemo Paradise, right? So maybe some of those games were the games that were available for the SNS Classic that they have launched recently. So maybe if people weren't able to look for the ROMs or to get the ROMs, then more people would be interested in buying the SNS Classic. There are some rumors that maybe Nintendo Switch will have a virtual console for GameCube games, and it's based on some news that I have read yesterday. It seems that if you have the GameCube controller adapter, and if you try to use it in the latest update on the Nintendo Switch, the GameCube controller will work. So maybe there is a chance of Nintendo will create a virtual console with GameCube games for Nintendo Switch. You have seen Mega Man and Mario Classic bundles for sale? Wait, but for which console? Because they are not doing those games anymore. I know that they have they have created, right, the Mega Man Classic Collection game. Yes, on Steam. Yes, there is the Mega Man Classic Collection game. I have never seen a Mario bundle though. Especially because there is no Mario game for PC, as Mario was only for Nintendo consoles. But as Mega Man is from Capcom, then they have some more freedom to make the game for PC or for other consoles. But a Mario bundle? Maybe you are thinking on Sonic, because Sonic has some games on Steam. And that's because of Sega. Sega has also done some games to different consoles or platforms. But Mario outside Nintendo consoles, I don't think that has happened before. Man, why the rain is so frequent in here? Why is that happening? Can I build the log flume? Because maybe this is a good ride to have. I believe I can do it right there. Never mind, I can't. I would need to fix the land first. Oh wait, there was a place that I can do it? Oh, the steel roller coaster. forget the log flume. Don't think on it anymore. The Mario Classic bundle was a Wii thing, but you do see that Nintendo is selling actual classic systems on their website. You mean the Super Nintendo Classic? Okay, this is a very expensive one. No, yeah, they are selling the SNS Classic, yeah, but it's rare. Um, and also, I believe it's expensive because of the rarity of it, right? This is also expensive. I can do this one. It says $80 on the site. It's funny because I would expect you to buy it from a different store. I wouldn't expect you to be able to buy the consoles on the Nintendo website. No, this is not the best place to make it. Let's get rid of it. By the way, let me do something here first. Yes, I'm surprised that you found that in their web page because I wasn't expecting it to happen in there. They are probably linking you to Best Buy store or something like that. GameStop maybe. Yeah, that it is the Super NES Classic. That's why I believe they have removed the ROMs of Emu Paradise, or at least some of them. I'm still messing with my computer in here, but the game is still going. They send you to Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, etc. Fun fact, it was only in the past weeks that Amazon Brazil started to sell some electronics. Before that, we only had books in here for sale on Amazon. Yes, Amazon Brazil was only selling books until recently, until like last week. Thankfully, they had very good prices for books, but that was all you could get. I'm not sure why it was like that, but maybe it was because of the taxes. One of the few products that are not too much taxed are books. Other things are pretty much taxed. So maybe when Amazon decided to come to Brazil, books were their only option to avoid taxing or to avoid the taxes. But for whatever reason, now they have decided to bring electronics. And that's weird because electronics have large amounts of taxes, or they have big taxes in here. Hopefully in the future they will start selling more stuff. You personally wouldn't see yourself buying this Super Nintendo Classic when you can just emulate and have all games. I will say that, yeah, they blocked the ROMs from Emo Paradise, but that won't stop people from finding other places to get ROMs. Because Emo Paradise was one of the best web pages for you to look for them, but it's not the only one. And by this time, like, a lot of people have those ROMs by themselves, so I believe they tried to act in a very late moment. If they really wanted to block that from happening, they should have done something in the past, but not now. I believe that doing it right now is too late. I seriously need to expand my park because I'm locking myself in the area that I have. Maybe if I create a tunnel just like I did in the exit of the boat hire, I can find another way to explore. Wait, I need to permit that. There we go. Some middle management. Wait. Okay, now I can read it. Some middle management douchebag had a bright idea to try to squeeze out a few dollars while pissing off the customer base. Wait, what do you mean by that? In which case are you referring to? That's why they are pushing on rooms now so far after people have been using them for years. Yeah, but it's like you said, a few dollars, because they won't be able to stop people from getting ROMs and using ROMs right now. It's impossible. They can't control that anymore. You are sure that it's some guy trying to come up with a way to make some money without development costs. Well, yeah, but if someone really wants to get the ROM for a game, the person will surely find it. It might be a little bit harder now to find it, but yeah, it's nothing more than a hassle. Indeed, it's Nintendo being Nintendo. It makes me think on what they did with the YouTubers or content creators that use it to play Nintendo games. It's dumb business, in your opinion. Yeah, and also, uh, I believe that the majority of people that will buy the SNES Classic, they will be collectors, mostly. So the fact that there are ROMs for people to find and play the games for free, it won't matter a lot. Because the people that will be buying the console will be collectors. If someone wants to play the game and that's everything the person wants to do, the person can do it by using ROMs. The person can get the games by using the virtual console. Many of those games were released before on the virtual console, for the Wii U, for example, or for some portable consoles. There are some remakes too for some consoles, like for example, oh hey Emily, hi, how are you doing? But for example, there are some Super Nintendo games that have remakes on the GBA. I'm good, how about you? I'm happy that today, and actually this week, has been with a great weather. It's been some cold days happening here, so that's all I wanted. But how's your Tuesday? Thanks to my new and small roller coaster, I'm getting some more guests. The burger bar. Let's build it. It's been cold there as well. Probably it is more cold in there than in here. But I hope you're happy too. I'm not sure if you are a fan of cold days. I am. It's down into the 60 Fahrenheit. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Is it something close to 15 degrees Celsius? That's my guess. If it is something close to 15 degrees Celsius, then it is cold, but it's still alright. It's not ultra cold, right? So it's a temperature that I believe would be a good one. There is a storm in there right now. It's gonna get even colder, down to 0 degrees Celsius tonight. Okay, so grab your blanket and get some coats, because 0 degrees Celsius sounds a lot of cold to me. But maybe you are used to it, right? You are excited. Yeah, maybe you are used to it. I'm not. 0 degrees Celsius means that I won't leave my house even if people are giving away free Switches, Nintendo Switches outside. 0 degrees Celsius is death for me, or it sounds like that. I believe that the lowest it can get in here is something around 13 degrees Celsius, 12 degrees Celsius. Lower than that, then it's extremely cold for us. Okay, I will try to make something in here, or maybe in here. I don't know. Maybe in both. Why not both, right? Let's do stuff in both areas. Let's see. Hi Early, hello, how are you doing, man? Are you home? You probably are home right now. I don't have uptime, Emily, but I have been streaming for 2 hours. It's an hour and 55 minutes. You are home, but you was at work late. Is everything alright there? I hope it is. Yeah, I have been playing the game for 2 hours. Thankfully, my electrical energy supply was able to work well today, because in my past streams, you guys probably know that I have been I have been having, I hope that's right, but I have been having some power outage during my RollerCoaster Tycoon streams, so that sucks. Hello Drew, how are you doing, man? I'm sending my energy to you right now because I know that you are having a tough day at work today. But I hope your experiment is doing pretty well. It's all good, just a lot of driving. You got back to the office a bit late, and then you had to do some last minute emails. That's fine, Early, that's alright. I mean, of course it gave you more work, but it still sounds like you got everything done without major problems. You didn't know you'd have been here sooner? Don't worry, Emily, it's alright. Early and Emily. the the usernames, uh, members, right? You are taking a little break. how how much longer will your experiment take? Oh, thank you, Emily. I also like to see you here and also in the other streamers channels, right? Like Drew. Also, you have been going to Stellar's streams, so it's also fun to see you around. So now that I have done that, what can I build in there? Let's try making a go-kart. What kind of job do you have, Drew? Drew works with bio biochemistry. So he's doing some experiments right now. My streams give you life? What's that emote? Is that oh that's probably from Bob Ross. That emote's probably from Bob Ross. It is a research position, which means the hours are very variable, right? But here's the problem. I hate that you need to do it alone. I hate that you can't share the time of the experiment with someone else. It's a happy little tree like a happy little me. I'm sure that it's from Bob Ross. Yeah. I couldn't check it right now, but I'm sure it's from Bob Ross. I will try to make this one. Oh, there we go. I can do it in there. But maybe I should totally fix the land, right? Oh, I don't have money. Okay, I have now. So here's the question. How can I connect? Oh, it's easy. I have the answer. I can just do it like that. But now I don't have money. Your job makes my job in IT sounds really boring. I'm sure it's not totally boring. It's either boring or annoying. I don't know. I don't know exactly what Early does. I mean, I believe he works with computers and he fixes computers when they have problems. But I don't think they will have problems that frequently, right? So maybe Early has a lot of not very important moments on his job. But sometimes he needs to travel or to drive to somewhere. And Drew needs to keep doing the experiments that demand a lot of attention and concentration and patience. Your job is boring, but that means you are doing it right. Yeah, that's actually true. If the computers are not having problems, then it means that you did a perfect job. Everything should be working with minimal issues. Speaking of which, I need to collect some samples. I'll be right back. Okay, Drew, good luck, man. Have some coordination and dexterity to get the best samples ever, man. What did you study? Yeah, Drew is into biochemistry. He's finishing his bachelor? I hope that's the way to say it. Bachelor. And working on my master's now. Maybe it's not the right way to say it, but I can't think in another way. Man, this looks horrible, but I take it. Oh wait, I didn't need to do it. I need to go down actually. Do I? I'm confused. No, I only need to go forward, okay? So wait a minute. I can't go there, but here I can, right? Yes. There we go. Emily likes science but hates math. Yeah, everything sounds nice except for the math. But here's the problem: math is everything. Chemistry, physics, and also biology. They all have math. So it's hard for you to say that, Emily. It's like you like uh, half of science, but then when they turn into math, you're dead. Yes, everything turns into math in the end. If I could describe it, I would say that let's see how it goes. Physics is math. Chemistry is physics. So physics is math. And biology is chemistry, and chemistry is physics, and physics is math. So everything goes to math. That's how it works. That's how science works. You want a job with no math? That's complicated, Emily, because even if you get a job with no math, some other things might be connected to it. For example, economy or economics, I'm not sure, but doing some calculations regarding money, or maybe something related to administration. You have no idea what you want to study. Oh, I can relate. I can relate about that. I'm a very lost person regarding what I want to do with my life. I did something. I went to a way, or I tried to do something. I'm actually I did college. I did chemical engineering, but in the end, I don't know. I don't feel an engineer anymore. Like I did it, but I wasn't able to fit into the world of chemical engineering. Maybe because I never knew what would be the best thing for me to do. Did you get burned out? I'm not sure the meaning of that, but I would say yes. I don't regret doing it because it was a very good way to learn some things about how the world works, especially regarding math and physics and also chemistry. But I don't know. In the end, I felt a little bit empty. Like I did that and what? It was a little bit automatic, right? So yeah, I don't know. Now I can't see myself working like an engineer anymore. Actually, I have never worked like an engineer before. I had a previous job, but it wasn't as an engineer. It was more like a salesperson because I used to work in a place that uh, we we sold, or we sell, right? We sell some equipments to other companies in case they needed those equipment. So basically, it wasn't the job that I was graduated or that I studied so many years to be doing. It was something else. And that job actually was I don't know, a bad experience. It wasn't a very good job in the end. You had to take a ton of math in college, but you never use math for your job. That's interesting, really? Do you do a lot of programming? Because you probably do a lot of programming or programming. I'm not sure the way to say the word, but you probably program a lot. And programmation is math, especially logical math. Oh, you don't do any programming? Maybe that's why you don't use math. Because if I can relate math to computer science, that's how I would relate them. Technically, it means this burnout exhaustion as a result of a long time stress. Yes, Emily, so maybe I can answer yes to that question. Your major was computer engineering. Your major was a bit skewed compared to your job. Yes, the same about my case. I wasn't able to use a lot of the things I have learned in college because I was working like a salesperson. Of course, it was related to engineering because we were selling some equipment and tools for engineering processes in general, like valves, um, pumps, right? Pumps, and let me see what else. Um, the problem is learning those names in English, but let me try to remember. Valves, pumps, thermostats, or thermos. Yeah, I believe thermostats is the name to say it. Pressure, um, pressure devices like manometers and things like that. Instruments in general, engineering instruments in general, but it's different from what I have studied, like starting a, a whole project by the start or by the zero, starting everything from scratch. We received in my old job, everything was already done. We only needed to check the exact equipment that would match the one that was required. So it was basically a job of checking stuff like, oh, they want an instrument that will work under those pressures for those temperatures with that material, and then checking all the requirements and getting the proper equipment. But if I would need to make or to work as an engineer, I would be the one specifying the temperature, the pressure, the material, the process, everything like that. So basically I got the work done from another engineer, and then I gave him, or used it to sell to him what he was asking for. But anyways, that was the job that I used to have in the past, and it was not totally connected to what I have studied. So maybe because of that, I couldn't feel very interested on engineering anymore, because it felt like everything I learned was not useful.